Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to some more Warhammer 2 multiplayer online battles. Today we have a High Elf, Dark Elf and Lizardmen alliance going up against two other High Elves and a Skaven faction. It's also on a really cool map, so I actually am really enjoying the Warhammer 2 maps. They definitely bring a lot of life to the battle. They are also a bit smaller, but I kind of feel like if they keep adding stuff to the battle, it makes it more interesting when they just have terrain and houses and stuff like that everywhere. I really enjoy it. Oh, as well as this battle was taken from mine and Apollo's kind of battle come face us stream where we asked you guys to come and fight us. It was a really fun stream. I got loads of good replays from it, so expect plenty of awesome battles coming your way over the next couple of days. Also, if you guys are still enjoying Warhammer 2 online battles, please be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying this and want to see more. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started by looking at the army comp. So we'll start off with my High Elf army. On my front line, I have 6 units of these High Elf Spearmen, and I say it all the time, but when you upgrade the High Elf Spearmen with like silver experience, they really do a good job at holding the line, and I mean that's exactly what I'm asking these guys to do right now. And as we make our way back, I have 5 units of archers. I've just picked the most basic archers because their ammunition doesn't actually change, or their missile damage doesn't actually change as you level them up or anything. So I just got the most basic archers. They're cheap and they'll output a ton of damage. Then I have 2 units of Phoenix Guard, my elite infantry, which will come in towards the end and kill any cavalry or anti-large or any like dragon units I come up against. The Phoenix Guard will take care of them. Then I have a unit of Dragon Princes and Silver Helms along with a Star Dragon. I also decided to bring Tetlas today in this battle because I don't really see many people bringing him, and I also brought a Noble to kind of take over the role of Tyrion. Apollo's army on his front line is some skink cohorts, and then he has some Saurus warriors with shields along with Mazda Munde, but my main man, he's so goddamn good, along with a Carnosaur and a Bastillodon, and he also has an Ancient Stegodon with some Temple Guard back here which act as halberd infantry. They're really good. He also has for some of his cavalry some Cold One Riders. Then if we look at Hef's army, we can see that he has some Dark Shards on his front line, then Bleak Swords behind that, some Executioners. The Executioners are really good, probably the best melee infantry in the game. I always see them bad boys just do insanely well. Then we also have some Blackguard of Nagaron and some Shades along with some Bolt Throwers, which aren't really going to be that effective this battle because of this huge hill in the center. We go over a look at the enemy armies. We can see on their front line they have some Spearmen along with some Sea Guard, behind that more Phoenix Guard and more Spearmen, a pretty large cavalry force of Dragon Princes and Silver Helms back here, as well as another Prince on a Moon Dragon, Star Dragon, a Dragon, and then we also have some of these Illyrian Reavers as well, or Ellyrian Reavers, however you pronounce that. Then the Skaven army has a pretty thick line of Storm Vermin back here, along with a Warp Lightning Cannon, which won't really get anything done up here. He also has a Grey Seer on a Screaming Bell. Again, I absolutely love this animation. It is literally the coolest animation in the game. Hands down, just seeing him riding that bell, it's just so awesome. Then he has some Skaven slaves on his front line, basically just to absorb a lot of the damage and missiles. We also have some Plague Monks, along with an Abomination and a Warplock Engineer. The final army consists of some more Spearmen, more Phoenix Guard. He has some Sword Masters, along with some Archers back here in a long line of Sea Guard, with some White Wolves and some more Cavalry. He also has a Noble and Tyrion upon his mount, and a Lawmaster as well. So let's go and get this battle started. I will probably be looking the majority of this battle from my point of view, but we'll definitely go down to see how Apollo and everyone else is doing. So immediately we are just simply advancing our units into the battle. We just want to get our dudes up here and into range, because I know I have a large amount of archers straight away, so I want to get my dudes in the enemy face as soon as possible so that the archers can just unload. And again, I love the way that the High Elf spears look. It's just so good. It really honestly is. Like, the High Elves just look spectacular. Their basic Spearmen are probably one of my favourite looking units in the game, which is kind of sad because there's so many good units looking in the game. But the Spearmen just, their shields just, they've done such a great job at capturing that. As we just see them continuing to march forward. Okay, my archer fight is now going to be kicking off in this battle, and I'm going to be trying my best to focus down the most expensive units. So I've got 2 units focusing down these Sword Masters who are going to retreat, and I've got the rest of my infantry focusing down over here. We are actually about to go see some more engagements over here as oh my god, these slaves are not going to stand a chance against Apollo's heavy Saurus warriors with shields. They're going to get absolutely ruined. If we go on cinematic mode as well, we can just see the pure beauty of this map as well. We've kind of got this really cool like vortexy aura in the background with all this dark magic going on the skulls. The skulls look pretty horrific, especially with all the flashing purple as well. It's just a really great looking map. It actually feels like there's a lot going on. But yeah, even the skink cohorts can probably beat back the Skaven slaves, which they're currently fighting. We also have some of the plague monks back here, and obviously when the storm vermin turn up, it might be a bit of a different story. But for now, the Saurus warriors and the Carnosaurs are going to be ripping through these Skaven. How are the Dark Elves doing? The Dark Elves are still running pretty heavily on the heavy missile fire from the High Elves, but it is also leaving the Skaven, pretty out in the open. If Hef wanted to, he could easily just move around his Dark Elves and hit this Skaven army in the side whilst Apollo is dealing with it. I'm continuing to hammer the Phoenix Guard. I'm really trying to take these guys down, because if I can kill these guys with my missiles, that's like 1900 gold that this High Elf player doesn't get to use. I'm also moving up my Star Dragon as well to try and maybe get in range, but I'm going to quickly decide to turn him around because he's just taking a bit too much fire from all the Sea Guard which remain. We can see the battle as well. Apollo is going to be using, his Carnosaurs and his Bastillodon just to break the enemy ranks. And you can see that's exactly what he's doing. These Saurus warriors running onto the artillery and pretty much making this Warp Lightning Cannon completely useless. He is going to be running onto some Storm Vermin, but it's going to be a pretty easy battle. We do actually have some Poison Wing Globadiers, though, who are going to be hammering them. And if these guys can get some good kills, that's going to be great. We do have the Screaming Bell with the Plague Monk, though, so I imagine we'll see plenty of magic going off. I drop a nice little Chain Lightning right here, which is just devastating. Such a valuable vortex. I managed to get like half of these guys down, and then I also decided to pop Flock of Doom as well, as I continue to advance the rest of my army. And already, if we just slow-mo it quickly, look, I've managed to rout an entire unit of spearmen just with magic, Flock of Doom, and that Chain Lightning. I've also pretty much decimated the entire unit of Phoenix Guard, and the rest of these spears are also extremely low. So this is great news for me, kicking off the battle. I'm definitely using Tetlos really, really well here, I think. You're kind of just harassing the enemy ranks before we even get involved, as my Star Dragon just simply looks down the battlefield at these Sea Guard. I'm going to be getting a nice little charge off here with my Dragon Princes as we'll go back to normal speed. I'm going to charge directly into these guys, send plenty of them to the ground. Only a few of them still stood remaining. And I killed like half the unit with that one charge, which was nice. I'm also going to be sending my Star Dragon after some of these Sea Guard, trying to kill these guys and at least stop them from shooting, which is my main issue. I know my Star Dragon probably won't win this battle, mainly because these guys are anti-large, so I'll probably take him down eventually. But ideally, I'm just trying to slow these guys down. I also try to net these guys so that my Reavers could catch up and my Silverhelms could catch up along with my Spearmen, as I really wanted to silence these missiles as quickly as possible. If we go back to Apollo's flank, we can see that he's currently having to duel out with the Abomination. I did also deploy some of my own Spearmen to this battle, and as you can see, my Phoenix Guard are slowly making their way over to help out. The Abomination is extremely strong. It is a disgusting creature. Absolutely revolting, but it is extremely healthy and it can take a lot of damage. So kind of coming together as a team to take this down is a really good idea. And obviously my High Elf Spearmen are anti-large, and they also have charge defense maybe against anti-large. Let's have a little look-see. So using these guys here, they have charge defense as well, so if the Abomination tries anything, I should be absolutely fine. Balance of power is still extremely even. We have similar numbers, but having similar numbers is actually pretty good considering the fact that, they have Skaven on their side. So, the fact that we've caught up in numbers is awesome. As we have a Bastillodon and the Carnosaur still fighting along this Skaven line, you can see though the pure strength of the Temple Guard breaking down the lines of the cannons and just pushing on. You also see the Screaming Bell going toe-to-toe with Mazdamundi. I'm sure though that the strength of Mazdamundi can easily take down that kind of false mage, which we're going to see. We also get to see some of the global... what even are these guys? They're Globadiers, right? But what are they? Like, these are the special variant. These are the Deathglow Bombardiers who are hammering Mazdamundi, but he's just going to take that. He doesn't give a fuck one bit. He's going to continue to push on. We also do have the entire force of the Dark Elves now engaging, or at least managing to push their forces up. This High Elf faction definitely seems like they are holding back with a lot of their forces, and Hef is just trying his best to slowly get involved, and now he finally does, as we do get to see the two sides coming together, smashing swords and spears alike, shields going flying. That's awesome. So Hef has now finally got his army involved. Malekith is also jumping in, trying to take down this lord or this nobleman or prince. Sorry, got there eventually on his own dragon. So we've got some dragon on dragon action. But luckily, Malekith has plenty of support with his Dark Elves who will come in and help him out. This battle is definitely looking pretty good for Apollo right now. Some of the warp lightning cannons actually got a really nice shot off there. I guess they're still up. A Comet of Cassandora coming down on the Deathglow Bombardiers. My men are completely running through the enemy formation right now. My spearmen are just cutting these guys down. They definitely do not stand a chance. It'd be kind of nice if we saw different colours in the shields, or do we? I guess we do. These are kind of more of a greeny colour, and then mine are a little bit different. So I guess that's not too bad. I was going to say, it's kind of hard to tell what side is what. You can see in the back here, my Star Dragon is definitely losing men. However, with the support of my Silver Helms, I should be able to take, oh no, my Dragon Princes even, I should be able to take these guys down and get a nice rear charge there. Again, sending plenty of them to the ground. I just need to get more reinforcements here. If I can get more infantry here, I should be okay. I'm also going to be using all of my archers as well, just to hammer this position, trying to take down as many of these Sea Guard as possible. I think I decided to pop another Flock of Doom here. Oh no, Malkor's Mysterio? What does that do? I think it reduces their armor and weapon strength, which is great. Apollo has completely routed the Skaven enemy. There's only a few units left which are in battle, and that is going to be the Storm Vermin, who are still trying their best to hold firm and keep the line sturdy. However, that's going to be going obviously south very, very soon, as the Ancient Stegodon is moving up, getting lots of shots off. And the Bastiladon and Carnosaur are running down the enemy. My Phoenix Guard are now turning around to rejoin the battlefield on that left flank. On the right flank, Apollo it can now start committing more of his men. You can see this Ancient Stegodon is coming down now, chasing down the Deathglow Bombardiers, but also all of his cavalry coming over here as well. I think we also have Murderous Prowess being popped on a few of these units, or maybe it's just finished being popping. But that's going to give the Dark Elves a great little bonus right there to keep the enemy at bay. The Phoenix Guard are going to be overwhelming this unit of Bleak Swords, but I think they've kind of done their job. They've slowed up 3 units right here, and Malekith can also pop some spells if he needs to. Just a nice little Dragon Breath right there, directly onto the Phoenix Guard. Not really doing much damage though, that's surprising. I was kind of expecting maybe a little bit more damage, but overall that's fine. We have the Grey Seer now being completely surrounded, not only by Lizardmen, but also by Dark Elves. And I'm sure we'll be seeing him going down very soon about Screaming Bell collapsing. I've pretty much completely won on my flank, and basically all my archers are doing now are just focusing down the enemy missiles, trying to take out the Sea Guard as best they can. And you can just see the sheer arrow volley I have coming in right now. I have 5 units all focusing down. Now, granted, a lot of my archers are actually running really low on ammunition. You can see right here, I only have a couple units which actually still have ammunition left. But their main focus is going to be over here. And I want to really take down these Reavers right here. So we're going to be loading up all these arrows, and we're just going to be pouring in here. And hopefully we'll see these Reavers just like disappear any second when all the arrows do come in and find their mark. Because the thing is about these horse archers is they're not very tanky, and you can use your archers to just annihilate them, like exactly what I did. I killed like half the unit in one volley with 3 archers. Really, really deadly. I'm also looking to pop some buffs on my men, so I've got some missile and weapon damage going off on my infantry. A nice little flame spell on my Phoenix Guard. But my Phoenix Guard are so healthy, they're just going to pour in and take out Tyrion. But Tyrion is going to be fighting to the bitter end. This is really cool though. We have Tyrion, a Noble, and a Lawmaster all fighting side by side. Like, that's pretty awesome. Just watching these 3 characters fighting off against one another. Over here on this right flank, we have more missile fire coming in on Apollo's Feral Carnosaur. However, as soon as it does turn, I'm sure these Bombardiers will be taken out very, very quickly. Pretty much the entirety of the rest of the High Elf force is pretty much non-existent, and you can see the balance of power definitely shifting into our favor. Malekith's run has actually been defeated by the Phoenix Guard. I guess that just goes to show how good these guys are. They're so good against anti-large, and they can just hold their own against infantry as well. But they cost so much money, so that's kind of, you know, the main reason why. A nice little warp lightning coming in there, hitting the Temple Guard and the Saurus Warrior. It's not going to be enough though, as this right flank just completely disappears. Crossbows and from the shades are coming in. cleaning up the rest of the Phoenix Guard, and it's only going to be a matter of time until the sheer amount of, you know, the Black Guard of Nagaroth coming in, and they completely take out the Phoenix Guard, and you see the Phoenix Guard are actually routing. So I think the last couple of units is literally going to be this little fight here, and it only goes on for like the next 40 seconds, so let's just watch this and enjoy the end of the battle. But yeah, me, Apollo, and Hef are going to come out on top. Tyrion is kind of been a bit segregated. The nobleman hopefully will get segregated any second now, as the Phoenix Guard are also dueling him, trying to kill them. But Lawmaster holding his own. Also, that High Elf trailer we got the other day as well was absolutely awesome. I really loved the way that Tetlos actually teleports to Tyrion. It's like so cool. I love their brother like kind of discussions. It's so awesome. Like the way they just argue and stuff, and like Tyrion's all about Ulf One, and Tetlos is about the greater evil that's coming, you know, the Skaven and everything else, and how, you know, everyone should come together. I really love that kind of, you know, difference between the brothers. That's why I think the High Elves are one of my favourite factions in the game. So cool, it was a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. We did come out on top. And as you can see, I actually did a pretty good job with Tetlos, I think. 140 kills. He's definitely a very strong unit. But also my archers did really good. Considering how cheap these guys are, they outputted a lot of damage. And then finally my Star Dragon. Hef's units, we can see that his executioners, as always, did a great job. And then Apollo's infantry, obviously the Saurus Warriors, just cut the Skaven down. I feel like the Skaven are somewhat underpowered. Unless you bring like a ton of artillery, and then even then I feel like they just don't do a great job because there's a lot to take them out. So hopefully we'll see some Skaven buffs in the future. The rest of the enemy army, some nice kills on the Dragon Princes, and then finally this last army, some nice kills on the heroes for sure. This Lawmaster just breaking completely, which is a little bit depressing to see. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.